Says we live. All right, look like we running on good speed or whatnot. Wait for people to trickle in. Let me cut on this other computer so I can do some sharing out. Okay. Hey, Mahogany, what's going on? She the first person in the chat room on my side. What's going on, Mahogany? Mahogany, share this out. I think a lot of people need to catch this show, and I only have a limited time with Miss Weiner. So, yes, Miss Weiner is an advocate of the father rights movement of Florida. Me and her have been trying to do this show for the longest, and we finally is here, and we're going to get it done for y'all. So, if anybody who's listening on her side or my side, please share this out and bring as many people as you can, and let's talk about this, all right? So, let me go to my Facebook. Well, actually, it'd probably be faster if I do it from my phone, so probably faster.
It's amazing. Facebook makes things so easy yet so difficult.
I know, right? I know. I agree with you 100%. 100%. But, you know, you do it on YouTube, it's a breeze. So, I don't know if you got anybody in the house who can share it out for you. Copy the link, or maybe you could do it yourself. Let me send the link to you to your messenger, and maybe you can share it out then. So let me get that link for you, and it's gonna let me. Okay, let me find your messenger. Okay, I'm gonna send you the link. Okay. All right, there go the link right there. Okay. Now, let me go back to it. Oh, there's somebody else need to get his link too. Hold on. All right, so let me go back to the actual show that we on. All right. Go back to that. Hey, Lene, what's going on? What's going on? I see a lot of y'all falling in. So let me share it to my group. Live now. Who else I can share it to? Share it to them. 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 Hey, even share it to them. Why not? Share it to them. Share it to them. Share it to them. And I think that's it for now. Who I can share it to. Let me go to one more place. And y'all sharing it out too. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Y'all sharing it out too. All right, so I did all sharing to the people who I think I shared. What up, Nate? My man Nate in the building. But in that, let's get started. Jessie, thank you so much. I know every time we set this up, there was something came up. Either you were sick or something happened with me. You know, the latest episode was the knee situation. So I want to thank you for your support on that as well. And now we are finally here. How are you doing this evening?
I'm great. I know this has been a long time coming, definitely overdue. But thank you for welcoming me onto your show, and hopefully we can spread some awareness today and just get some people educated.
Yes. So tell a little bit about us, what you do and what you stand for, because I admire what you do, but everybody don't know who you are. So please do me the honor and tell them.
Sure. So my name's Jessie Weiner, and I currently live in Florida. I am part of the Florida Fathers' Rights Movement, the Fathers' Rights Movement in general, and the I've been affiliated with Americans for Equal Share Parenting. And what I do is I advocate for children to have equal time sharing with both fit parents.
Mm-hmm.
We have a right, both as a parent and a child, to have equal access to both of our parents. I also
Mm-hmm.
advocate for Title 4D funding reform. If you guys aren't familiar with that, it's Title 4D of the Social Security Act, and I advocate for reform of that incentive funding that is paid to the states, which subsequently has states keep good, fit parents out of their children's lives
Mm-hmm.
because of the money that they receive.
Right, that's lovely. And again, thank you so much for a woman that's standing up for fathers' rights, not only father rights but children rights. I think we need more women like you to stand up and speak out for fathers. Personally, I'm not a father myself, but I admire you for what you are doing, and maybe you could be an inspiration for a lot of women to start speaking up for children and fathers. So thank you, and
Cool.
I'm gonna do what I can to keep pushing your positive message around. And I just found out speaking to Brother Scott, which I see his name over here. He telling me that even Tennessee got one, so I need to reach out to Tennessee and speak to someone on Tennessee. That would be awesome, considering that I stay in Memphis, Tennessee. So you just recently did an event. What was that you just did?
Oh, okay. So in Orlando, we had the Capital for Kids event that was associated with Americans for Equal Shared Parenting, and I was there on behalf of the Fathers' Rights Movement. And we had a collaborative conference of different individuals and organizations, and just even freelance dads who came together to get educated on what we need to do to motivate our state and to motivate our legislators to pass legislation and bills that required our judges to start at the rebuttable presumption of equal time sharing, as well as raise funds to continue the efforts in Washington, D.C. for Title 4D reform. Title 4D is a federal incentive money, so that needs to be fought at the Washington level, at the congressional level with our congressmen, versus equal time sharing, where that is fought at a state level with our senators and our House of Representatives.
Mm-hmm. Awesome,
So it was,
awesome,
yes, it was an amazing event. Just a true collaboration among Floridians.
awesome. And I see a lot of people slowly trickling in. If y'all can, please hit the thumbs up. I think that will help with bringing more people as well. You hit the thumbs up. Matter of fact, let me give my own self a thumbs up. That will help with. Yeah, they would. Matter of fact, no, let me give myself a heart. Let me give myself a heart because I'm loving this already. Where it's going. So Jess, one of the questions I want to ask you: do you get in the flack for what you're doing as a woman? Do you get in the flack?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of the legislators, if they don't know who I am, when I originally approached them, I actually just ran into this in Orlando. They think because I'm a woman, I am against fathers, so they want to appease me, and they want to tell me things that satisfy like the DV and domestic violence statutes. And then when I spin it to them and I tell them, well, really, I'm not one of those women. I'm one of the women that fight for children and I fight for fathers. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
time, their jaw drops like in the Looney Tunes commercials, or Looney Tunes cartoons, where it kind of just drops to the floor, and they really have to get their bearings together because they're not sure how to respond to me. And then I just kind of, start very gracefully into statistical research and how our children need their parents equally. And
Yes.
a lot of them are just completely thrown off guard by me, and they just don't know how to take me.
Yeah, and you know what? And I think that's sad that we are in a world now of political correctness for one, and
Right.
we're in a world now that, like I tell my man Nate sometimes when I talk to him, we're in a world now that it's just straight up gender war. We feel like that. The women are supposed to roll with the women regardless of what, and most men are supposed to roll with men regardless of what, and that's not the way it's supposed to be, especially when it comes to children. Everybody should
Right.
be on the same page when it comes
Yes.
to children. So getting you flack, calling you probably all types of names, I'm pretty much sure you heard every name in the book. So I think that's very sad that we cannot put our differences aside to even think
Right.
about these children, because a lot is going on with these children these days. All right, a lot is going on. So you mean to tell me we cannot put this gender crap aside to make sure these kids have a happy future? I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Well, it's not really, it is a gender, we very much have a gender war that's occurring outside in society right now. But even when you look at the feminist movement, when you look at the true feminist movement versus the feminist movement, these women who march in DC with these pink hats on, that isn't the true feminist movement. The true feminist movement wants equality. They want equal time sharing. They want equal pay. They want equal voting rights. They want all these things equal. You can't say that you're a true feminist, but you want the man to open the door for you, or you want the man to pay the bill, or you want the man to foot the bill, or you want the man to pay for all the child support. That's not true feminine equality. That's convenient equality. That is the pink-hatted people that are marching in DC. I am part of the true feminist movement that wants equality. We want equal pay, which we do. We're not going to get into that, but we want equal pay.
I know, right?
and we want to be treated equally. Our moms and our dads in our children's lives, we are equal. But to a certain extent, there's no man that can teach a child certain things that only a man can, and there's no woman that can teach a child certain things that only a woman can, and that's why we have two different roles. That's why we have these blessed rules. A man can't teach a woman how to be a woman, and a woman can't teach a man how to be a man.
Agreed.
That's why we need our moms and dads equally.
Agreed. So, which comes to this question I want to ask you, because I asked Judge O'Brien when he came on my show the second time, and this was a few weeks ago. I asked him, I said, how do you feel about when a woman says she's the mother and the father? He said, hey, that doesn't work. How do you feel about it when a woman says that?
That doesn't work either. So it's funny, I just had this very conversation at the table with our daughter. We sit every night at dinner. It's one of the rules in our house. Your face is seen at dinner, right? And the answer is this: a woman cannot teach a man to do certain things. There's no household that can fully raise a child without a active mom and an active dad, a healthy mom and a healthy dad. A child needs these role models to teach them how to be a healthy, productive, efficient, successful member of society. It doesn't matter how much a mom wants to be a dad. They're never going to be a dad. A dad is only a dad, and a mom is only a mom.
Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Jessie, why do you think mothers give themselves that title? Is it they just want acknowledgement to the world, or why do you think women give them? I mean, it got to be a reason why they get themselves them titles. It got to be nothing other than acknowledgement. But by you being a woman, maybe you can go into deep detail why women get themselves them titles.
I think it's to make themselves feel better. So here's what it is. I don't do a lot of self-disclosure because it's just not necessary. But this conversation was very much hit home to me. I have 3 biological children and I have 2 bonus children. My husband and I, we never had any biologically mutual children. We just have bonus kids and we have our kids, right? My children's father, I have 3 different children, 2 different fathers. Both of their fathers have always been welcome and encouraged to be a part of their children's lives, right? I was never that mom who sat there and said, I did it on my own. I didn't need you. I only need your child support to do it.
Yes.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me, because you know what? In the end, that's feeding your own self-ego. That's not doing what's best for your children.
Thank you.
What's best for your children.
Thank you.
It's for your children to know they have 2 parents. They have 2 people that love them, 2 people that want to raise them, 2 people that have done the best of their ability, and that's it.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much for breaking it down. Thank you so much, because, again, it's another one of them situations that, hey, so-and-so wasn't around, so I did this, I did that, and the other person saying so-and-so wasn't around, so I'll do this, I do that, because you never, ever hear a man say, I'm your mama and your daddy. Why should he say that? There's no reason for him to say that. That would sound stupid for him to say that. But if a man was to say that, they'll look at him like the first thing come to their mind, he may be funny style. No, I feel like this. Right. I feel like this, if a woman can label herself like that, then the man should be able to do the same thing when the mother is not involved in the child life. That's why I say, it's this crazy gender war thing that just going on around here. And it doesn't make no sense. It makes no sense.
No.
So let me ask you this. I said last night when I did a show, and I did a show about this woman. She was doing a favor for her friends, so she say. And what happened was it led up to that woman leaving a child on the front porch, and she took off running after ringing the doorbell and knocking on the door. Now, the favor she was doing was dropping a baby off to the baby dad house, but the baby dad said he didn't even know the baby was coming. So this lady left this child right there on the front porch and took off, and her excuse for taking out was she said she was chilly. Don't know where the logic in there come from, but she said she was chilly. That's why she took off. But I say that to say this. I said somewhere in the show here, I said, the best parent is both parents. Somebody said to me, that's not always the case. Do you believe that that's not always the case?
Yes. If you have a parent who's not a fit parent, then both parents may not be the best option. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you have a parent who may not be a fit parent, but you have the other parent who can encourage that child and assist that not fit parent to becoming a fit parent. It's what are you willing to do as a parent to allow your child equal access to both parents and cultivate that relationship and encourage that relationship, because ultimately it's your job. Mm-hmm. It's your job as a parent. It doesn't matter if it's mom or if it's dad. If there's something mom's struggling with, you as a dad have a responsibility to help that mom, to help her get to that point of fitness. And you as a mom have a duty to that dad where if there's something he's not completely fit with, to encourage it and to support that and to help him become a fit parent. And I don't care if you think I'm sounding egotistical. I am. I'm sounding egotistical on behalf of the child, because when you become a parent, it's no longer about you. Mm-hmm. It's about that child, and it's about what you're willing to do to assist the other parent in providing that child with two fit parents. And if there's another bystander in that relationship that impedes upon that, then that other person has to go.
Okay. All right. I like the way you break that down. Thank you. I love the way you broke that down. Now, let's get on this thing about child support. And of course, you sent me something a long time ago when you first reached out to me. It probably will take a minute before I find it again, but you was breaking down what the child support really means, because I hear a lot of stories, a lot of women, they for child support, they think they really do it just to get back at the father, put him on child support. Because I just recently had somebody tell me that they're going to put the father on child support because they upset with him about something. And I asked them, I said, do you really want to put him on child support because you upset with him? That doesn't make any sense. I understand you saying he's not doing anything, but you're upset with him. That's why you want to put him on child support. Now, and I hear a lot of people say, child support ain't really for the child. It's to satisfy the courts. But you in the Father's Right movement, so break it down to me. I don't have any kids. Break it down to me. What is the child support court about?
Sure. So about maybe April or so, maybe a little bit earlier, March, I did a great show with a lady here in the Tampa area. Her name is Michelle Williams, and she actually put it very blunt and very straightforward to me. So child support is pimps up, hoes down. Pimps up, hoes down.
I like that. I like that.
Yep. And that's what it is. It's the government, and for lack of better terms, the government is pimping out our women and children for the purpose of generating revenue, right? For every dollar, they actually have a profit of 66 cents. So I'm going to go into this a little bit more. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. So Title 4D of the Social Security Act is a federal incentive funding that was implemented under the Bill Clinton administration, and it incentivizes states to establish paternity, establish child support, and then enforce and collect those child support orders. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay. So states are paid incentive money, incentive money, to establish child support and then collect on that child support, right? For the state of Florida, there's actually a 66-cent profit for every dollar that they collect in child support. In Florida, for every dollar that's invested in the child support system, there's a $6.31 return on that money. At the federal level, for every dollar that's invested, there's a $5.33 return on that money. Where does this money go? Well, Title 4D incentive money was developed to help fund the state's welfare system. States would go bankrupt without this Title 4D incentive money. So what does this Title 4D incentive money feed? It feeds our welfare. It feeds our food stamps. It feeds our Medicare. It feeds our foster care system. It feeds the Pell Grant that you get to go to college. Okay? It is ever-reaching, long-reaching. I couldn't even possibly go into every aspect that Title 4D funding reaches. But it's almost every dynamic of a person's life Title 4D funding reaches.
Wow.
When you incentivize a system to collect money, there is a problem. When we talk about Florida and the Florida child support system and the child support calculation, the amount of child support a parent will pay is directly affected by the overnights that each parent receives.
Wow.
In saying that, where is the incentive to allow children equal access to both parents when mom is collecting welfare and dad is not, and the states are paying her that welfare money, but dad is not getting equal time? If dad got equal time, that money would be depleted significantly and the states would be losing money.
Damn. How much of this ties into the juvenile system? Because I remember Judge Joe Brown was talking about the juvenile system the first time he came to my show. How much of that does that ties into the juvenile system, or does it ties into the juvenile system, period?
It ties into the juvenile system significantly. Title 4D is ever-reaching. We talk about, 85% of our prison population is compromised of fatherless children. If states are making $100 per day off of each inmate, and 85% of those inmates are raised in fatherless homes, that's a profit. It's a profit, and it's contradictory to what we should be doing as a whole in general at society and the judicial level, period. A child is 44% more likely to be living in poverty when they're not allowed to be raised by two fit parents. So one parent, one single parent home versus both parents. There's a problem.
And with that being said, that's why I don't understand how anybody can say that a two-parent home is not the best home. I think it's the best home, period. Or if they both can't be in a home, at least have both involved and both be cordial in the child life, But right. like I told you, when I heard this woman say that, she's gonna put this man on child support because she was upset, I was just dumbfounded. I said, so this is true that y'all women do this out of emotion. Y'all don't do it because he don't do anything. You do it out of emotion. And that's where a lot of things get messed up at. And then on top of that, they get so upset. If they not getting enough money, they would go try to get more money. And don't give a damn. I said, don't give a damn how it's going to affect the father as far as his finances. You talk about he want to do something, but how the hell can he do anything when you taking everything that he got? And you got other female bigging him up. That's right there. That's right. Come on now. Nah. Go ahead.
No, you're right. And you know what? These women, they don't care. The state, they don't care. Once you get the state involved, I know a dad, right? I know a dad right now who's on the hook for $70,000 in child support for a child who isn't even his. It isn't even his kid.
Oh, God.
DNA proves that the child wasn't his, but because somewhere along the way, this woman, God love her, this woman, tricked him into signing the affidavit of paternity. He's now on the hook for $70,000. But But here's the thing. Let's go back to what you were originally saying. You women who are being spiteful, who think you're doing justice by going to the Department of Revenue, Child Support Enforcement, hear this and hear this clear. Because let me tell you, they are pimping you out. Mm-hmm. They are making money off of you. They don't have your best interest at heart. They don't have your child's best interest at heart. They have their best interest because they're feeding their own salary. They are feeding their own benefit. They don't care about you. They don't care about your kid. They want to care about how much money they can make themselves and they can make the state.
Ladies, I hope y'all heard that. But then again, some of y'all probably looking at her saying, she white, what she know? It ain't about skin color. It ain't about skin color at all. You know what I'm saying? I agree with what she said. You ain't got a child, but I agree with what she said. And that's another thing, just why I say they hate for women to speak out on this, because they feel like regardless of what, you are supposed to be on their side. No, when it comes to something like this, there's no such thing as being on the side. There's a such thing as everybody coming together. But a lot of us act like we don't understand that. And just like Nate said earlier, you got a lot of people that got that poor me movement. Oh, poor me. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do that. I saw somebody in the chat room earlier say that women are the least protected in this world.
Oh,
I don't agree with that. That's bullshit. Y'all get more chances.
Stop.
Okay, I'll let you take it. I'll let you take it. What you think about that?
Yeah, so let me first start by saying anybody who wants to say I don't know what it is, I don't get it. 3 of my oldest children, right, I financially raised them on my own for 15 years better part of 15 years until I got with my husband. And then he helped us financially. So don't tell me I don't know what it's like, because I definitely know what it's like to work 2 jobs, to go to college, to be doing it on my own. So I don't have time to hear that. If you want to make your life better, you do it on your own. Okay?
Say it again. Say it again. That's what I'm talking about. Say it again. And that's all. And that's all there is to it, I can't say no better than that. Thank you. It can't be no better than that. I'm trying to add some extra mustard to it, but I can't. You just pretty much said it all in a nutshell. So thank you for that. It was something you said earlier I wanted to piggyback off of, but it just lost my train of thought. You just got me so excited when you said that. So I got to get my mind back on track. What was I about to say? Jesus Christ. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm live with Miss Jessie Weiner. She is an advocate of the father right movement in Florida. And brother Scott Moreland just told me the name of the person to reach out in Tennessee. I'll be definitely reaching out to the people out here in Tennessee to do an interview with them as well. Because this needs to be out, and I'm a person all about awareness. I did a show with Dean Tone. I'm not sure you know who he is, but
I do.
Yeah, I did a show with him. Excellent show. Excellent show. Did a phone call, man. That man just broke down everything to the T, and I was amazed to find out that he was a person that was allegedly accused of doing something to his child. I said that's a damn shame that even women get that emotional. They want to claim you doing dangerous acts or even sexual acts to your own child because they playing this I'm gonna get you back, I'm gonna get you back, I'm gonna get you back. But here's the thing that I like to preach. People don't understand when you do that. Yes, y'all may be hurting each other, but y'all hurting their kid more than anything. How a kid supposed to know what to do if the kid, he or she, is being torn between the two? The mom telling the kid one thing, no, your dad ain't this, your dad ain't that. And your daddy telling one thing, your mom ain't this, your mom ain't that. That's tearing a kid apart. They don't know what to do. They really don't know what to do. And I'd have been through that. I'd have seen my dad do this. All right? Never just really seen my mom do that to me with anybody. But with my dad, I'd have seen him do this. And it left me torn because I got a mom and a dad. I don't know who to listen to. Do I listen to him? He is the dad. Or do I listen to her? But of course, they're going to throw that at me talking about, I'm the one that gave you birth, so you supposed to listen to me. No, that's not true. Yeah, you gave me birth, but doesn't mean you're doing right by me. Doesn't mean you're doing right by me. So what makes you feel like this give you any leverage over me because you gave me birth? So, it's crazy. So having a show with Dean Tone, that was very refreshing. And I also did a show with Tennessee Shelby County Department of Children's Safety. That was a good show, although a lot of people didn't like what the guy was saying. They feel like he was lying or whatnot. As a matter of fact, bringing it up to CPS, how do you feel about that? Because some people say, oh, hey, they kind of with it. And even some people abuse their power with the CPS, calling, making false allegations.
Yes.
And I hate that because the people who call and making false allegations, nothing happened to them. But they'll come to your house in a heartbeat, especially if it got something to do with the father. They'll sit up there and deal with their father all day long, and he ain't did nothing. So tell me, the CPS, what do you think about it? Is it working or is it harming our community?
Yep. So this is an extremely controversial issue. But what I want to first go back on, Chris, we were talking about women claiming they have no representation and that they are lacking in the system. So let's talk about VAWA. Do you know what VAWA is?
I had no idea. Please explain.
VAWA. It's the Violence Against Women Act, and it's federal funding that is paid to states for domestic violence victims, primarily women. I have yet to find a male, domestic violence shelter, but it's money, federal money.
And you probably ain't gonna find it.
No. But you know what? Here in Florida now, at the Dawn Center in Brooksville, Florida, you'll actually find a pet shelter, right? They received $3 million in funding for a pet shelter for women who are victims of domestic violence and have pets. $3 million they just got. I mean, this is preposterous to me. So VAWA. So these women, you claim domestic violence, you go to the courthouse, you have this representative from this domestic violence agency with you that helps you get these domestic violence injunctions. You have these lawyers that sit next to you in the courtroom and that persecute these fathers to no existence. And these fathers have nobody representing them, but the mothers are represented. So don't tell me you don't have anybody in this courtroom, women. You have more than you could possibly even imagine. These guys are out here floundering around, grasping for their life, taking their own lives in certain circumstances. You cannot say you have nobody, because they're the ones that have nobody.
And you know what? And I'm glad you brought that up, because I think it's a damn shame that the women can have domestic abuse or shelter or however you call it, and even the pets, when they get mistreated, they get a damn vet. But men, no, it's funny to us. It's funny. It's funny to the world if a man claim, hey, I've been abused. Suck it up. You be all right. Suck it up. You a man. Suck it up.
That's it. And the true victims of domestic violence are actually at a higher ratio men. I think the most current statistic is 70%. 70% of all true domestic violence victims are men. But the stereotype that is placed on them with reporting and getting DVIs and things of that nature, it's so heavily convoluted by the women thinking that they don't go through with it, and that they don't get these DVIs, and they don't get the protection that they need. I mean, I'm speaking with this one dad today that woman is psychologically abusive, she's physically abusive, she's manipulative, and now she's even held the child hostage. What does that say to our men as leaders, right? Not to get too off wind, but the Bible tells us
take your time.
Man
Take
is
your time.
the leader. He's the head of the household. How do we persecute these men and then still tell them that they are the head of our household? You can't do that. You can't.
that you know what? That is Jesus Christ. Wow. That is so sad, and it's devastating. Sad and devastating that can happen to a man, and not only that is almost as if he's allowed to be accused of things that he hasn't done. Just like one thing I say to people, and a lot of people don't like when I say this, I believe in anybody defending themselves. Now, I'm not advocating domestic violence. I don't like it myself. I believe in keeping your hands to yourself. But I believe in defending yourself. So how is it that a woman can follow me around and hitting and spitting in my face and slapping me? I'm trying to walk away. She continued to do this because she know nothing probably too fast going to happen to her. But as soon as I turn around and give her even a push, I get in trouble. Why? Yep. What's going to happen to her? She's the aggressor. What's going to happen to her?
She's probably cute. She got to the cop first. She has a good story. She wants to keep the house, the car, the kids, the child support, the alimony, the paycheck. That's how. And if we don't arrest enough men for domestic violence, they lose VAWA funding.
Oh, okay. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Wow, that's a damn shame.
That's how that goes.
Men, I'm sorry. Stay single. Stay single. Well, I can't. I don't know if I could deal with all that. It was one point that I did want a child, but as I see as the world turns, how things going on with these children, how manipulative on both parts of the parents they can be. Because I've heard it from men and women, and I just look at them and just like, why? I mean, why? And nobody have a logical answer other than emotion. Everything's acted out in emotion. And nothing in the world when it comes to things like this, when you talk about, it's nothing logical. Everything is emotional, and we have to get out there train of thought, because your emotional state is what landed a lot of these children in these foster cares. And I think that's sad. I did a story, and I meant to send it to you. I did a story a few days ago. A little black child was adopted by a white couple. Now, I don't care what skin color you is. If you put in the effort to try to get this child a better home, then do your thing, But now, the story doesn't go into why the parents couldn't get her. I mean, they tried to get her. They was trying to get her, but they said legally the parents couldn't get her back. So what ended up happening was this white couple, I guess, who've been taking care of her, it took 2 years for the process, but they gave her a little present box, and she read the letter, and it says, we adopted you. Not only did they adopt her, they adopted her siblings. Got me touched up. I damn near started crying because I thought it was beautiful. But I found out later from a follower of mine, he said he saw the original post, and people was making some of the nastiest comments that I ever heard. And I said, you know what? That's disgusting, because it seems like you can't do nothing to satisfy nobody. People like me or anybody else who was the same color that baby, nobody did nothing to try to get this baby, get them a home. They probably just looked past her because she an older child. And I heard in foster care people, a lot of people look past older children. But you had somebody who took the time out to want to be a family to this child. And we talking nasty? And we talk about it's all about money because they white? Well, by that logic, that's all over the place. Anytime a person talk about money more than the child itself, then you tell me who all about money.
Yeah.
You tell me all about money. Go ahead.
I think what they may have been referring to, and I don't remember the post, I didn't see the post, or I can't recollect the post, but what they may be referring to is what they call Title. So we talked about Title 4D in the beginning of this conversation. You also have Title 4E funding. So Title 4D of the Social Security Act, Title 4E of the Social Security Act. Title 4E funding is money that's paid into the foster care system, and it's also paid for adoptions, and whether private or privatized adoptions or adoptions out of the foster care system. And I believe for every privatized adoption, there's a $5,000 stipend that they receive, and for every adoption out of the foster care system, there's a $10,000 stipend that's received. I'm not as educated on that aspect as I am Title 4D, but I do know that there is a very high incentive stipend that's attached to adoption out of the foster care system, and adoption just in general. I think Florida's number last year was about $3 trillion last time I looked. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Just let me ask you a question, because I seen one of your lives, and I heard you say that, hey guys, I know we've been getting a lot of calls, we've been getting a lot of messages, trust me, we're going to get to y'all, we've just been so hectic lately. So what would be the purpose of us reaching out to you and calling you? What would be some of the things that we tell you that you would get on and try to make something happen? What exactly do you do when you get messages and calls about something?
So what I do when I ask dads to call me is I just kind of help them navigate the judicial system, not the judicial system, navigate parenting, what I call parallel parenting. When you attempt to parent with a narcissist, you're going to be unsuccessful, right? You cannot parent with a narcissist, right? I'd say that again. You cannot parent with a narcissistic parent. You cannot do it. You have to adopt what Melissa Isaac of the Isaac Law Firm for Men refers to as parallel parenting. So I parent this way on my time. You parent this way on your time. Our kids adjust in the interim, and any kind of interaction or communication with the other parent is strictly business. I teach you how to strictly have a business relationship with the other parent. You don't get it roped into the conversations of, oh, you couldn't buy shoes today, but you could take them out to McDonald's. You don't engage. You do not engage. You don't engage in the, oh, you have a new girlfriend and you bought her a pretty skirt, but you couldn't buy your kids
Right.
new cleats. You
Right.
do not engage. So some of the dads that I've helped along with this, form of I guess empowerment and advocacy. They've been very successful in the court system in maintaining, if not equal, almost equal. And I just teach you how to be an independent parent and decipher what communication to engage in and what communication to not engage in.
Okay. Absolutely. 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 Has there been any time that you personally got involved in a case, or are you allowed to get personally involved in a case, or like if they got something going on, like let's say Dean Tone, okay, he's a defense expert, but he's not an
Yep.
attorney. But for what you do, like if there's a case going on, are you entitled to like go to that case and help out with the person who's trying to get something resolved, or what?
I have my master's in social work. I've also been involved in the family law system for multiple years. I am onboarding with the Toby Center as a supervised visitation liaison. I also am a certified addiction professional for those who are accused of alcohol or drug addiction. I am able to do assessments and evaluations and things of that nature. I can also testify in court to those aspects. And I've just personally been involved with my husband for we're going into our ninth year of fighting in the family court
Great.
system.
Great. Oh, so you and your husband are
Yeah.
involved in this. Y'all both involved.
It's my husband's court case, and then I'm just kind of taking on the legislative role. I hope to be passing equal time sharing here with our legislators next year. I have both a senator and a House of Representatives candidate who I hope is going to be successful, and then Florida children will have equal access to both parents post separation and divorce. The one thing I always say is this: parents divorce and separate. Children do not divorce their parents and they do not separate their
Thank
parents. And for the
you.
court system to impede upon that and to separate children from parents, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Y'all want it. I want y'all to hear it loud and clear. She said, people, grown ups, wife and husband, they separate.
Right.
The kids is no separation. That kid is still right there, supposed to be right there with the both of you.
Yep.
All right.
And
So
and you know, even moreover to that, Chris, even moreover, when the states have an incentive to keep fathers out of their children's lives because of the financial incentive through Title 4 defunding, you as a parent, right? You hear me loud and clear. You as a parent have a moral obligation to encourage that relationship, to facilitate that relationship, and to increase that time sharing outside of the court's discretion. You as a parent have a moral obligation to your child. You have a responsibility to your child to allow them equal access to their parents. Or you're not a morally fit parent. Absolutely. The bar system, what do you mean by that? Like the Florida bar? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. What you're talking about is the bar. You're talking about each state bar association. This is the bar that license attorneys to be attorneys. So in 2016, we had here in Florida, we had Senate Bill 250, but intertwined into another bill that became Senate Bill 668. It had an alimony reform sharing part to it, and then it had an equal time sharing part to it. And what the Florida bar family law section did, Florida family law section of the Florida bar did, is spent $150,000 the day before our bill was due to become law on April 14th of 2016 to veto, force our governor to veto that bill. So Governor Scott, or the Florida bar, spent $150,000 to coerce Governor Scott to veto Senate Bill 668, which would have allowed children to have equal access to both parents. $150,000. Why is that? Why is there a $150,000 vested interest in the bar getting this bill overturned or vetoed? Because they lose the money. How many hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars would our family law attorneys lose if on the books, on the law, Florida had that judges are required to start at the rebuttable presumption of equal time sharing? You end the majority of high conflict divorce, and you end the majority of lawyers making money. Thank you. Yes. So after paternity is established in Florida, it doesn't matter whether you're wed or unwed. The only thing that being wed does in Florida is it automatically establishes paternity. In Florida, you establish paternity two ways. And again, I'm not a lawyer. This isn't advice. This isn't legal advice or anything like that. It's just what I know going through the movement of this. In Florida, you establish paternity two ways: one, marriage, or two, a declaration, affidavit of paternity through the courtrooms, right? So after you've established paternity in one of those two ways, then yes, that's what this bill would have allowed you to do. It would have allowed your child to have equal access with both parents. And if there's one thing I could encourage you guys, you men, you women, you people out there listening to this show, get with your legislators, understand your law, understand your rights as a parent. As a father, you have way less rights than you do as a mother. Become educated, know your legislators, and pass equal time sharing legislation in your state. I can hear you just fine. Oh, that's Facebook. Thank you for having me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. Bye.
Yo. 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 Can y'all hear me now? Yo. 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 Okay, I don't know what happened right there at the end. I don't know how the fuck that mic got muted like that. That was stupid and that was crazy. And I hate that it did that because y'all wasn't hearing what I was saying. But according to how she was answering the question, you get a good idea of what we was talking about. So her voice was more important anyway. But other than that though, I feel so good to finally have had this interview with her. Again, I admire her for what she's doing. Matter of fact, I admire anybody who is playing a part in trying to make this world a better place for children. You know, if not for the family, at least for the children. And I think it's amazing that a woman is standing up to try to fight to fix bullshit that's going on in our society today. Now, of course, I know she's getting flack for what she does. That's why I asked her that, because for some reason, women feel like that you ain't supposed to speak up against other women. They think you're supposed to roll with them regardless of what. And that's furthest from the truth when it comes to this fucked up ass system we in. That's furthest from the truth. Alright? Y'all can roll with a lot of shit. But when it comes to how these kids getting fucked in the system, when it comes to how these men getting fucked in the system, there ain't no such thing as roll with me and agree with me only. No, agree with what is right. Preach. You agree with what is right. And until we get that understood and until we live by that philosophy or motto, or however you want to call it, we still gonna be in the fucked up situation that we in now until we have more people like her to stand up and do what's right for the children and the fathers. Because y'all say that y'all the least protected. That's bullshit. You can't be the least protected when you get passes for almost everything. You can't be the least protected. Especially when it comes to domestic violence. You are not the least protected. You are more protected than the men. You are so protected that you can lie and say we did something. We get investigated. It don't have to be no signs of nothing. All you can do is lie and say we did it. The police coming. Now, how can you say you the least protected? Hell, a mother can do the most fucked up shit to her child. And the father try to step in and say, give me my child, you get your stuff together. You know what they say? We think the child bit off with the mother. What? Wait a minute, do y'all not see what all this woman doing? Y'all don't see her record as long as my arm, but y'all still think my child's better with this mother? Seriously? I don't have no prior records. I haven't done anything dangerous to my child. Y'all come to my house, my child is well taken care of in all aspects. But I still gotta fight y'all just to get through her to get my child. The woman that's not doing right by my child. But y'all ain't got nothing on me saying don't do it wrong by my child. But y'all still feel like the child is bit off with the mother doing all that dumb shit. Amazing. Amazing. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. That's why I say I'm glad I don't have any children. I'm glad I don't have children. I can't deal with this. I've been in a psych ward somewhere dealing with all this crazy shit that's going on. Child support system, the bar system. I can't do it. I can't do it. I had a person left the show earlier. He said this triggering him. He can't watch the show. It's triggering him. And I remember talking to that brother. His name Brian. He said he would give anything to see his children, but the mother's keeping him away from his child. And for what it sounds like, either he can't do much or he don't have the funds to do it. And it's a damn shame. that you people will egg somebody on to use children as a weapon. You will use children as a weapon, like they do with the fishing pole. You put the child on the bait and you start dipping them out there. That's what y'all do. And again, like I told Jessie, you got a lot of women say, go ahead, girl. Go ahead, give me a high five. Give me a high five. I would have did the same thing too. Really? Of course you would do the same thing too, because you won't get in trouble for it. We would have to prove that you're doing this with neglect intent. We have to prove that it's about money with you. We got to go through everything to prove that you're not legit about our child, or you're not legit about a child you are raising as a foster child. We have to prove it. And even then, when we approve it, shit still don't get done. How about that? How about that? So again, Jessie, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing. Samantha Dickerson, you was in my channel earlier. You said you are one of the leaders for down here in Tennessee. I'm coming for you next. Can't wait to talk to you. Other than that, man, y'all, thank y'all so much. Jessie, love you for this. Thank you for your support when I was out ill. Thanks for everything. You know, you're a good woman with a good soul. You're sticking by your husband's side, which I think a lot of women should be doing nowadays. But we in 2018, a lot of women don't believe in that anymore by sticking by their husband's side. Once the hubby is down to the ground, you kick dirt in his eye. If you don't kick dirt in his eye, you spit in his face. There was one point in time where everybody was down for each other. But they don't do that no more. It's all about, I'm going to get you next. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Because I'm emotionally hurt. I'm going to get you. Not logically, I'm thinking, you know, what can we do to fix this? But I'm hurt. So I'm going to get you back. Did a story not too long ago. Woman got so upset with her baby daddy because he wouldn't give her an outfit or something. This lady took her child out the car, in the car seat, put his child on the side of the curb, and threw the Pampers out on the side of the curb and took off. I bet you she didn't get in trouble. But us as men, let us do that. The only way we get in trouble, we be everything but our name. We be everything but our name. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I can find that video and show y'all real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all give me a minute. I just want y'all to see how women out of emotion act. And yes, I do see the video, so give me a minute. Let me show y'all this video and I'm gonna get out of here. Wait a minute, I just seen it. Did I delete it? Oh, there you go, right there.
Right now, you really fucking me, man.
Yeah, man.
Please give me her outfit. I don't have no clothes for her right now.
I'm gonna blow this up for y'all.
Right now, you really fucking me, man.
Yeah, man.
Please give me her outfit. I don't have no clothes for her right now. I just bought those 2 outfits for
I'm
her.
gonna have to wash this shit. I don't know where it's
Give
at
me
right
here.
now.
I'm washing with my hands.
Man, I just put some clothes in there, man.
She don't have nothing.
So she don't have nothing at the house?
I just bought her them outfits, man. I don't have no money right
That's
now.
one outfit. You don't
I
have
don't
nothing at the house?
No, I just bought them 2 outfits.
2 outfits at the house?
Everything else is small on her.
So she got 2 outfits? You got your hair done, nails done, all that shit. She got 2 outfits?
My nails not done. This is my real nails.
That makes sense, man. Got fucking all kind of shit over here.
Watch this.
That don't make sense, man.
What if a man did that? What if a man did that? You tell me. What would have happened? It's your man Chris Thorns. I'm out.